Hi everyone and welcome to yet another Blacktron MOC. Today we are going to review my Blacktron X-Wing Dragonfly MOC. To be frank, I wanted to do yet another insect-based Blacktron set since I have done my Blacktron Invader Hornet, and I have been sure about one thing, that I want to use some kind of corner panel based canopy. I was almost sure that I want to keep two transparents on the side, one in the middle, turn around in 45 degrees. That was the starting point, and I wasn't sure what insect it would copy, but in the end I have decided it to be a dragonfly. And to be frank, the major motivation for that has been the black X-Wing. You know, Poe Dameron's X-Wing. That's not a Blacktron set, I know, but still the black and orange color combination is very, very Blacktronish to me. And to be frank, if I ever wanted to see a Blacktron 3 set, I think it should follow the black and orange color scheme. So I've tried to build this based on an X-Wing. And looking at the X-Wing, somehow it came to my mind, if I turn it around and if I think that the end of it, the back of it, could be the front of it, and the front of it would be regarded as the back of it, then it starts to look like a dragonfly. So the journey went on from this point. As you can see, the ship itself is built up of 3 different sections: a head, a body, and a tail. So we are going to review the ship and its functions in that order. Let's start with the head. As I have mentioned, the head is built of these very classic corner panels. Of course, you can open up the canopy. It's sitting on a hinge, and if we bring it closer, then you can already see that it's sitting against a hinge. We have a pilot with a Star Wars droid body used as the jogs, and it's quite a condensed space. So if you take out the pilot, then almost no additional space is left over. So you can only squeeze in one pilot, period. As you can see, I've also tried to copy the Blacktron Bumblebee colors here on the sides as well. These are not regular cheese slopes, but the ones on a 1x2 plate. This 45-degree angle in the canopy is used by attaching these corner pieces by a turntable. So this piece, to be frank, can move around freely, but when you close this in, then due to the pieces on the sides, the slopes on the sides, it sits pretty stable. If you want to check the head in more details, then you can see here on either sides we have some weapons or instruments built into it. You can pose them into any position, and also here on the mouthpiece you have an Axonite shield that integrates very, very well with this 45-degree angle. The head can be adjusted to any degree you want, so you can bring it up, put it down, turn it around, or even move it to the side. You can create quite funny expressions of the head. For example, this might be or should be a position when he's a little bit curious, saying, "What?" For example, he's talking to a droid and receiving unexpected news. He says, "What? The Futurans have built a new blaze? We have to check it out." This little droid will have a story later on, so let's put him aside. As you can see, the head is solved using a single ball joint, the big one, and the fun part is that you can actually take this off, and using not a regular axle, but using the half pin, half axle piece, if you stick it out and put there the pin axle combination piece, then you can in fact join this headpiece to any other Blacktron set. So the combination options are for you to combine this set with maybe even classic Blacktron sets. Let's check out the body. As you can see, the body is one big solid piece. It's quite blocky, so there are not many angles built into it. If I take it up, you can see the underside is built of regular slopes. Here on the sides we have bricks with a little bit of texture, but that's all. And even the top of it is quite flat. But there are two funny action features or variation features built into it. The first one is of course the wings. These wings have an almost infinite possibilities to pose. So this can be articulated up or down using ratcheted joints. Here we have a pneumatic T-joint that can rotate inside these ratcheted joints, and also you can move the wing up or down on the T-joint. So for example, this is a simple resting position, but if you want, you can, for example, bring it out to the sides and you can, for example, create a usual X-wing look, posing two wings up and two wings down. Of course, this set wouldn't be called X-Wing if there were no options for many other dimensions. So you cannot only create an X look in a vertical dimension only, but you can, for example, bring it up like this and like this and have a horizontal X shape. And of course, you can combine both of them, for example, and create something like an XX look. So you have a horizontal X if you look at it from the top, and you also have a vertical X if you look at it from the front. But as I have mentioned, the options are up to you what look you want to create with this set. Of course, if you want, for example, you can create a resting positions with the wings folded up and not to the sides. But to check the next feature, we have to bring down the wings. And what do we see? Hey, there is an arrow there. And as we know from the 80s, arrows will always mark some kind of feature. So indeed, there's a little box here that you can take out. And this can carry any kind of Blacktron treasures. I haven't put there anything. It's up to your imagination what you want to put inside. And if we have been talking about X-Wings, then of course some kind of droid should sit inside an X-Wing. And that's right, that's the pot for our little droid. He fits in just fine. Ta-da! There you go. In my opinion, this Imperial droid in this black color looks just fine inside the Blacktron series. Regarding the wings, to be honest, first I wanted to build something solid, but I couldn't get the right texture with panel pieces only, and on the other hand they were very heavy, so not even a ratcheted joint could hold it as steady as I wanted. And out of blue, it came to my mind when I've decided that I want to do a Dragonfly, that if you look at the Dragonfly wing, it's quite hollow. So then I decided I will use simple bars to create the texture. The major problem with the bars have been that it's pretty hard to join them together, but if you stack up a few round 1x1 plates with the hole inside, that can create enough friction to hold it steady. To be frank, when I look at it, I imagine it landing like this, but when it flies up, as a kid I would think that some kind of force field is built up inside the holes of the wing, and of course in transparent yellow. Okay, the last interesting part is the tail. These are simple 3 trunk parts piled up. How many? 8? Yeah, 9 of them. I especially like this piece because this gives you the exact texture that a Dragonfly has in its tail. So I couldn't resist the temptation and I had to buy many of these. Okay, that's all about my Blacktron XX Wing Dragonfly. I hope you liked it, and I have a secret plan that I want to marry this set with Poe Dameron's X-Wing, but I still have to collect a few orange parts, trans orange parts, and I also have to finish some of my mods to the X-Wing, and then I will try to show you what I have imagined to be a blend between the X-Wing and this one. Until then, stay tuned. Have a nice day. Bye.